Think about the very first sip of a really intense dark roast coffee or a sharp citrus drink. Your mouth puckers, your eyes might squint, but if someone asked you to name the exact flavor profile hitting your tongue, could you do it? Most of us wouldn't hesitate to identify something as sweet or salty. We lock down those definitions as toddlers. Sugar and salt serve as universal baselines for our palate. But ask an adult to choose between sour and bitter, and things fall apart. People constantly mix the two up, and there is a highly specific pattern to it. We almost always mislabel something sour as being bitter. This research document, literally titled Sour or Bitter, maps out this widespread phenomenon. Sensory researchers have thoroughly documented why we struggle to distinguish these tastes and how to actually tell them apart. If you constantly second-guess your own palate, your taste buds are fine. This is a software glitch in our cultural vocabulary, and we can fix it by looking at the specific data points that define each taste. Let's look at the mechanics of the human tongue. When food hits your mouth, it isn't processed as a single blended signal. Your body utilizes entirely separate physical pathways for different categories of taste. Take sourness. From a chemical standpoint, a sour sensation is specifically a reaction to acidity and the presence of hydrogen ions. Here, your body has a dedicated tool to find acid ions, the O-top1 proton channel. Bitterness, however, is triggered by many complex chemical compounds. To catch them, your tongue requires a broader net, deploying over 20 distinct bitter taste receptors. The sensors are separate. The physical triggers are entirely different. Your tongue's hardware works flawlessly. That means the wires are getting crossed somewhere upstream, in how your brain processes the signal. The root of the problem comes down to childhood exposure. We lock in our internal definitions for sweet and salty early on because we consume sugar and salt in pure, isolated forms. We know exactly what they taste like on their own. We rarely get that luxury with sour and bitter profiles. We don't eat them pure. They usually show up later in life, heavily blended into complex adult meals like a citrus vinaigrette or a dark IPA. Without pure reference points, we struggle to attach words to physical sensations. Research on English-speaking populations suggests that taste vocabulary is environmentally learned, meaning our environment defines our palate more than our tongue's sensors do. To build a new baseline for sour, this chart outlines the physical reaction. It's bright, sharp, and makes your mouth water. A true bitter profile does the opposite. It creates a heavy medicinal sensation that lingers and actively makes your mouth feel dry. Simply reading those written definitions isn't enough. Unless your brain experiences those pure, isolated physical reactions, it cannot accurately map the sensation to the vocabulary word in real time. There is a straightforward way to overwrite this faulty programming. You have to manually build what sensory experts call a taste memory through physical calibration. Try this at home using the 2-glass test. For the sour baseline, mix 2 teaspoons of lemon juice into 4 ounces of water. For bitter, pour 4 ounces of tonic water and let it go flat to remove distracting bubbles. Have someone shuffle the 2 glasses so you don't know which is which. Then, crucially, physically pinch your nose shut before you take a sip. Pinching your nose entirely blocks your olfactory system. It eliminates all aroma interference, forcing your brain to process sensory data strictly from the taste receptors on your tongue. Take a sip and track exactly how the sensation develops. Ask yourself, does this flavor disappear quickly or does it linger? Is my mouth watering or is it drying out? By forcing the brain to link a raw, isolated physical sensation to the correct word, you replace confusion with a reliable mental map. You are building the sensory library needed to identify these tastes in any meal. Set up the glasses, pinch your nose, and begin the calibration.